I'm here with Alex Chambers, who had a really spectacular victory right now. And how does it feel to have fought here in the States for the first time?
It feels great. I was really excited to come here and fight. It's always been one of my goals, fighting in Japan, which I did last year, and then to fight in the US. So I was excited to be here and to get the win. I couldn't be happier.
It seems like a lot of kickboxers now, especially in the Pacific Rim and the Pacific region, are starting to take up MMA. Are you seeing that as a trend right now?
Yeah, I mean, they're either coming from, say, the jiu-jitsu or the kickboxing, but I am seeing a bit of a trend, in Australia, because I think, we've got some strong kickboxers in Australia, so we are seeing more of the girls coming from that kickboxing background into MMA.
Well, it's been expanding over the past year in Australia. We had the Brace Girls this past year where you ended up winning, and then there's big tournaments coming up in Australia as well. How has the scene been? And I know it's still trying to get organized, but how do you see the MMA and WMA in Australia right now?
It's nothing like the US, obviously, or Japan. But it has been growing, particularly last year, as you mentioned, with the help of promotions like Brace for in Australia, who are really excited putting on female fights. And they did that all-female fight card show in October. But not only that, they've been trying to put on a female fight every show that they do. So with the help of promotions like that, it's growing slowly. But it's growing. So,
what's your feelings about tonight? Because Australia went basically 2-1 tonight.
Yeah, really, really happy. And I think Fiona stepped up to fight Cyborg. And I mean, Cyborg's a tough competitor, but Fiona is also a tough competitor. And you saw in her fight, she proved how tough she was, and so she did Australia proud. We're proud of it.
Yeah, I mean, Australians are tough. that seems to be the key thing is that they're tough. And I mean, nobody was expecting her to last that long, and she hung in there. So yeah, it was interesting to see. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting. You've dropped down to 105, so you're obviously a lot more comfortable here at this weight.
I'm definitely more comfortable at this weight. Even I thought tonight, I looked across at Jodie in the ring and I thought, man, she's big. And, she looked bigger than me too, so this is definitely a better weight for me than 115.
So obviously with the win, I mean, obviously you kind of cemented yourself with Invicta right now. So anybody you're looking forward to fighting, or is there anything in particular you're looking for? Or are you going to be fighting in July if they offer you?
I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. I wasn't looking past this fight at all. And no, I don't know. I don't have any names off the top of my head. I mean, you saw the show tonight and every other Invicta show. And I mean, the matchmakers do such a good job with the fights that they put on. So, whoever they offer, I guess.
Any certain fight that you like tonight?
Well, I met Sarah Kaufman during the week, and she was such a big help to, such a nice person, such a big help. And then so I went cage side to watch her fight. Wow, I mean, what an awesome fight that Leslie Smith and Sarah Kaufman fight was. And the crowd was into it too, so it was so good being in there. That was definitely one that stood out in my head tonight.
Well, congratulations again on the win. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, I want to thank Invicta for giving me this opportunity to fight in the US. Also, my team at BT1 Gym, coaches, training partners, and Bloodbath, one of my sponsors, Tussle Fight Kid, for all his help, and who else was there? Yeah.
and you're on Twitter, right?
I've just started a Twitter account, so I'm trying to get my head around it. But I can see it's a big thing here in the US. It's not as big in Australia, so I'm after this, I'm gonna, look up how to work that Twitter and, get on.
I can tell you, Julie Kedzie is the master at using Twitter. So yeah, you have to have a look at her account and all that as well. And I'll shoot you some people that you should follow online.
Awesome.
So cool. I mean, hopefully you're following Megumi on there.
I have not followed many people, but I will.
I will recommend. I'll make sure to tweet you Megumi's thing, so you can follow Megumi, because Megumi's a big fan of yours, obviously. And, I mean, what was it like training with her?
I trained with her back in 2008 before I even had my first pro fight. Just to see her training for the first time, I kind of was like, it was a surreal experience, and then to be able to train with her and her team, man, I get so much out of it, and I'd love to go back and train with her again. She's such a cool person and such a nice person. She's got a strong team, so it was a great experience. And
yeah, she's a true legend in the sport.
Yes, she is.
And she's one of the nicest people in the sport too.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, thank you, and safe travels back to Australia, and we'll hope to see you back here in Kansas City in July, hopefully.
Thank you very much.